Morning world. I just wanted to talk about something real brief. So this idea that Terrence Crawford has nobody to fight at super middleweight, like saying he's basically going to run through everybody, which is possible. I'm not doubting Crawford ever, but there are some serious contenders that Crawford could fight in the super middleweight division where we don't know. These are going to be 50-50 fights because of the size difference and the styles difference. See, Canelo, which was a 50-50 fight, whether people want to think about it that way or not, it was not a 80-20 or 70-30 fight in the favor of Canelo. Now, people thought that way because they were going for Canelo and they underestimated Crawford. Those are the only people who thought that way. But you have Christian and Billy, who just went to war with I think David Martinez. You also have Hamza Shiraz. You also have Jaime Munguia. You have Diego Pacheco. Dude, all of those guys are big. All of them can punch. And they all bring a different style. Crawford could match up with anybody, style for style. That means there's no style that Crawford would have to deal with where he wouldn't have a good game plan for. He's the most skilled guy in boxing. The problem will be, can his style last for 8 rounds? Because some of these guys I just named are pressure guys, and they're bigger guys. So would Crawford's power be able to keep them at bay, keep them from coming at will with no regard? That's the question. Probably the toughest fight he would have will probably be Martinez and Billy, because we know for sure, based on last Saturday, both of those guys can take a serious punch and keep going with no regard for their life. I mean, both of those guys took some serious punishment. But another one is Diego Pacheco. Diego Pacheco punished McCombie. I think that was the last fight he had. Trevor McCombie punished him. He's another fighter, but I mean, I wouldn't want to see him in there with Bud. I don't think that would be a 50-50 fight. But you never know because of the size, the length, the length and the size. Those guys are used to absorbing certain punishment. For example, Canelo took all of Terrence Crawford's best punches. Crawford was landing them on the button, body shots. For example, if Errol Spence fought Crawford Saturday night, the punches that he was landing on Canelo, Errol Spence would have been looking the same way he did that first fight. I mean, when they did fight, he'd have been looking like, hey, y'all need to stop this. Get this over with. Canelo could absorb more punishment, So he get in there with certain guys, these guys might walk straight through his punches, Around the 5th, 6th round, the guys who are highly conditioned and they can absorb punishment, that's a dangerous person to be in there when you are really the smaller person. So the idea that, I know we all hyping Crawford up, but they do have weight classes for a reason. And it was a big reason why a lot of people thought he would get stopped against Canelo, is because they like, man, the weight classes, that matters. And it does. And don't just think Crawford's going to walk in there against these super middleweights and just blast them out of the water the way that he did Canelo. Canelo has a certain style that fit Crawford. where Crawford could elude, get away, and we didn't know if he would be able to bang. He was able to bang with Canelo. He took a couple of Canelo good shots. Not a lot of them, but he took a couple. But just imagine him getting in there with certain guys the same way he did with Madrimov, and they're going to be punching harder than Madrimov. And we saw Crawford after the Madrimov fight. So let's pump the brakes. Pump the brakes on the Crawford is Superman. No, Crawford is the best fighter of this era due to his ability to go up in all of these weight classes and beat top of the line guys. Crawford but we can't act like he doesn't have some fights at 168 pounds, which is probably why he's going to drop the titles and go back down to probably 160 and maybe unify that division against Lara. So that's probably what's going to happen. But this is not an anti-Terrence Crawford rant. This is just a, hey, slow down. Crawford is a human being, and he can get punished in there with the right fighter, with the right style. So, I mean, come on. Because if we're going to talk like that, then that means Crawford can go all the way up to light heavyweight. Go fight Bivol. Man, Bivol would be like fighting Madrimov on steroids. That's what that fight would look like. Because Bivol is big. I mean, dude, he's big. He's a light heavyweight. He would punish Crawford. That's just, I mean, he would punish Crawford. But that's all I wanted to say.